Okay, today I'm with Ronnie. He bring me to Cycling Federation. So he used to be hanging out in the Cycling Federation for 2 years. Yeah. So now it's the OCBC Arena. So he's going to bring me to Cycling Federation. We will have an interview with
Shaynne
Bannan. So he's the high performance director. Okay. Later we cut into that video already. Might as well introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation to come on your famous podcast. And so my name is Shaynne Bannan. I'm the High Performance Director for the Singapore Cycling Federation.
Yeah.
And before that, Boone, I've been really fortunate to be involved in cycling most of my life. As an athlete, then I started coaching at a young age. With the Australian Institute of Sport and the Australian Cycling Federation. So I was nearly, I think, about 28 years in that program.
So you are 28 years in this cycling...
28 years in Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, as in various coaching capacities. And then I became a high performance manager. And then I was very fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. When there was an Australian businessman and he wanted to start a world tour team. So that was Green Edge. So I worked with Green Edge as the general manager. So Green Edge participated in races like the Tour of Italy, Tour de France, Vuelta a España, and I was in that position for nearly 12 years. And then, so at a very high level, very stressful, running a world tour team when you have around 170 staff. And
so in a world tour team, what we see a few cyclists behind the back end is like 170 people.
Yeah, well, 170 people, including the cyclists.
Including the cyclists.
And also, at that particular stage, we had a women's team, a development team, and 28 world tour riders. So you have bus drivers, doctors, physios, people in logistics, people in your social media team. So it's quite a big organisation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So previously you just mentioned you are the manager. So how high in the manager is the highest or?
I was the general manager.
General manager
yes.
in this
in the organisation.
Is already anybody higher than manager?
The owner of the team.
Oh, so you are just one level down.
Yeah, so that was quite thrilling, and it was quite an experience and a really enjoyable experience. And so, in that position for 12 years, as I mentioned, and then the expiry date came, so it was a matter of a position came up within the Singapore Cycling Federation as the High Performance Director. So I was fortunate enough to be interviewed, to be offered the position. So that was 4.5 years ago. And it was so my coaching in Australia started in pathways and developing systems and so on. So to be able to do that again in an emerging nation, I found that quite exciting.
Yeah, I think Singapore, we are basically not really into sports.
Yeah, but that's also part of the nice challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
To try and change that mentality of there is a possibility of making a career out of sport.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while, but anything we talk about today,
because it's not in our
has
culture.
to be realistic.
Yes.
So anything that we discuss today, I think it's really important that there's no wild dreams. It has to be realistic, and generally that takes time.
Just now, Ronnie was telling me the so-called your previous team that you managed, Green Edge, is now currently which team?
It's now currently Jayco Lula.
Oh, Jayco Lula.
So they have an association now with Saudi Arabia, which I'm hoping will work out really well. That the Saudis will invest more into the team.
So you're more or less in touch of this Jayco Lula, or
No, I still have a very close relationship with the owner. with the current general manager and some of the group,
Okay.
some of the group there.
So we are very fortunate to have you come to Singapore to help us in this cycling.
Yeah, but
sector.
I'm also very fortunate to be given the opportunity here as well, and I don't underestimate that. One thing I found the people to be really embracing here. I think I'm really fortunate to have a SCF board that show initiative and more importantly, I think the ability to think long term, because I think that's critical.
Yeah.
I see a lot of smaller federations, cycling federations, in the past where they're probably only thinking about today and tomorrow. But I think we have the ability, and you know, when I first came, like one of the visions of the Singapore Cycling Federation is a world-class cycling nation. Now you can interpret that it's very broad.
Yeah, just now I
Very
was talking.
broad.
Hey, this is too broad.
And
Cycling, there's so many.
You can
types of cycling.
interpret that in many different ways. You can be unrealistic and think, "Wow, we're going to win world championships in the future." Yes, that may happen. But I think it's our ability to think realistically. What do we want to be as SCF in 15 years' time? What do we want to be? Okay, and then you know we want to have facilities. We want to have in 15 years' time. We want to have a really good talent pool, a strong talent pool, with many riders. We want to be involved in the schools. We want to have a BMX track, which we've got now.
Yeah, I heard who is telling me the other day. Boon Kiat is telling me there's this BMX track.
Well, it's been built. We will start competing on it next year. So you've got the BMX track, the pump track. So now you have a facility that you can develop kids at, and I think that's one thing that we were really missing in the past.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the next project is an outdoor velodrome.
Oh, velodrome.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really important for our pathway.
Yeah, I think some of the cyclists I know they do this kind of track cycling.
Yeah.
But we don't have the environment to. I don't know. Without a velodrome, yet they still can win some.
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
Quite surprised.
They do extremely well. Like in the past, you've had riders like Ilias and Kelvin Sim and Eway that have performed remarkably well without a velodrome.
Yeah.
And just imagine, you know, when we do get the velodrome, then we can create a lot more of those stories. And currently, we have Valencia Tan and Elizabeth, who do extremely well at a very high Asian level. So once we do get a velodrome, we can really assist in increasing the standard.
Okay, so we'll be looking for after the BMX, we most likely will be looking forward a velodrome.
Yeah, I think that's the next realistic project that we're taking on board.
Yeah. I think this is the hardware part that we have to equally spend some effort in it, right?
Well, I think people underestimate the time it took us to raise the funding to build a BMX track. And I'm not saying that was the sole focus for the last 3 years, but it was a lot of time and energy to do that. For a lot of our board members to raise the funding, and now it's built. We can look at that with pride because it is going to be very significant for our pathway going forward.
Okay, I'll be looking forward for BMX. I think that will appeal to a lot of teenagers as well.
I think so. I'm not too sure whether you realise, Boone, but there is a strong. It's called the push bike and the balance bike. That there is a strong group that already exists, and so they're your kids that are doing these push bike and balance bike competitions that are between 3 and 5 years of age. And at least once a month, there's a competition where you have 200 of these kids competing. So already we have the start of the pathway.
Okay.
Now, if they all of a sudden come to the pump track that's being developed, which is next to the BMX track, And then, Mum, I want to try the pump track.
Okay.
And then the BMX track. Well, we have the start of really.
So I see
really
a
good pathway.
natural progression.
A natural progression. And there are a lot of case studies from other nations where some of these talented BMX kids will go to the road.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll go to the mountain bike.
Mountain bike.
They'll go to the track racing.
Okay.
And Robbie McEwen is a good example. He started as a BMX rider, and what he won 20 odd stages in the Tour de France. So that's a really good case study.
But do you think our population is a restriction?
No, I think the mind is a restriction,
Okay,
not the
so
population.
Not the population. Because
But-
most of us say, hey, we are not like China full of people.
Yeah,
Singapore
but,
is
you
a
know,
small populated
Quality
country.
over quantity. Let's give it a chance. Let's build a pathway such as the BMX track, such as the velodrome. Let's put in place a really good pathway, a really good system that flows through, that people can see that there is a channel there to maybe one day make a career out of it. I mean, that's the pathway that we have to set in place. But Boone, it takes time.
Okay. How supportive is our government so far?
The government so far, I mean, they've been really supportive with the BMX track. They support our programs. They support hopefully the outdoor velodrome, which is a project. Hopefully they're going to be supportive of that. But I think what we have to do is control what we can control first. So build our pathway, assist our club ecosystem. The clubs are going to play a major role in where we end up in the future. And our club system is developing, and we're seeing a lot more clubs assist in the development of our young Singaporeans. Yes, there are some challenges, Boone, absolutely. But let's really get the pathway. We want to show the government that we've got our act together, that we are really concentrating on the pathway, on development, and then I think we'll get supported a lot more.
Okay, that will be. I mean, it's great that to hear that our government is supportive.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can even support more, right?
Well, you know, I think we've got to help ourselves first.
Yeah, I think you have to prove.
Yeah, exactly.
Singapore, I think everybody, the government like to see, hey, whether we prove ourselves, then you'll put in more.
Well, we've, through the great effort of individuals, of our board members, we've got our first facility.
Okay.
So I think that's put us in a position that we're a serious sport. We're a serious NSA.
Okay. So it'd be great.
So I think we're on the road.
Yeah, we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Plan ahead, like yearly, what are they going to cover, like races or something like that?
Yeah, but Boone, it's a really good question, and I think you can divide the Singapore Cycling Federation into a few areas. So there's safe cycling. There's our events crew, which we conduct Gen Z racing here at the Sports Hub, which I think has been a really great initiative to get kids on bikes, and that's been one of our focuses for the last 3 years. We're doing the Geelong West training and racing. So Geelong West
within a stadium.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. There's a stadium, so it's the precursor to the velodrome.
Okay.
So we have clinics there, and we conduct competitions there. The areas that we challenge in, and I think everybody is aware, that it's hard and it's expensive to close roads.
Yes, I'm about to ask you how come that for road cycling is a bit missing. I mean, when I first started, I used to see there's a lot of road racing, the closed road, but now it seems that it's getting lesser and lesser.
Yeah, Boone, that's a reality. So unless you have a big organiser such as the Tour de France Crit or the OCBC Speedway that come in and they have a really good budget, it's very hard for us to organise racing. So that's why for the first time this year, or not the first time this year, but we conducted the road events in Bannan.
Yeah.
And I think that was quite successful, and I think that's probably our direction in the future. So road cycling is going to be very difficult for us to run competitions in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for the road cyclists, you almost suddenly have to travel a few more times to be there. Talking to Bungkit, he says there's not enough races available for the national cyclists.
And Boone is right. I mean, as a developing road cyclist, you really need to be competing at least 30 to 40 race days a year. Okay, at least 30 to 40. Okay, so it's a challenge here in Singapore to have the road races. I understand that. Unfortunately, that's not going to change.
Okay.
So we'll be having our national championships in Bannan, and that's where I was getting back to. That we as will be trying to send national teams to do competitions in Malaysia, in Indonesia, but also we're relying on the club teams as well.
Yeah.
And because they are playing a very important role for us to take their young talent to Malaysia to do competitions, to Indonesia, to Thailand to do competitions. So I believe that that's increasing, and that will really assist us. And also next year we have a partnership with Eastern Pacific Shipping and Movistar, where we're identifying up to 10 young talent to take to Spain for a training camp. So there's a lot of these initiatives that we're putting in place. So I suppose, Boone, what I'm saying is, yes, the reality is for a road cyclist, it's tough to compete,
locally,
to have local competitions. But
we can do.
But we can do it. I mean, we have to assist the clubs. We have to assist the clubs with coach education in the management of their riders. We encourage the clubs to go and race, which they're doing in Malaysia, in Thailand, wherever there may be races that are going to help develop our young Singaporeans.
So anyway, SEA Games is approaching December. Will you be going to Thailand or you leave it to your other coaches?
No, I'll be. I mean, we have coaches for each discipline.
Yes.
So first of all, if we run through the SEA Games events, on the 10th and the 11th of December will be the mountain bike.
We have team there, right?
XCE. So one rider, Junaidi and Riyadh. So there is only one event. There is a downhill, but we haven't qualified anybody for the downhill. But we do have some good young promising riders coming through for the future. For the mountain bike XCE, so the Eliminator, we have Riyadh, which Riyadh is a world-class rider in that event. So I think about 6 weeks ago, Riyadh was 5th in the World Cup in Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
So
he went to Barcelona.
So he is one of the favourites for the XCE events at the SEA Games. Then we have BMX, which will be on the 12th and 13th of December. So the coach is Farhan and the rider is Mika. Mika's only 18 years of age. It'll be his first real experience there, so we would be really pleased if Mika could make the final.
Okay.
So Mika is a rider that's targeting 2027 and our home
still grooming him.
Still grooming him. The road events will be from December the 14th to December the 17th.
Yeah.
So there's the team's time trial for the men, the individual time trials for the men and the women, criterium for women, and the road races for the men and women.
But the road race is a climbing, right?
Yeah, well, the individual time trial, the team's time trial, and the 2 road race events finishing on a climb.
So it's a disadvantage.
Yeah, at the moment.
For us, because our highest is not favour.
But although at Boone it's a disadvantage, I'm really pleased with actually the women's road race finishes on the flat.
So there's high chance Valencia.
Well, Elizabeth, Valencia, I think they're a good possibility for the criterion
Okay.
and the road race. I think Caitlin for the individual time trial. I think Iman will be a great experience for him, and he could be potentially top 5 in the time trial. Our team's time trial will be difficult, but
Okay.
the way they've been bonding, the way they've been training, they're building a body of work for the future.
Okay.
So I think they will, I wouldn't be surprised if they finish top 5. That's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And then from the road, we've got the track event,
Uh-huh.
which is on the 17th and 18th of December, which we expect Valencia to go well. Unfortunately, there's 5 male events and only 1 female event on the track, which is a little bit crazy, but anyway, it is what it is. So we're certainly expecting a good result by Valencia.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we have a wonderful group there that's really developing, evolving. It's a young group that we can progress towards 2027 and 2029. And also, importantly, we have youth under that
Okay.
that we're preparing
For
well.
the years to come.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's more or less about the SEA Games. Anyway, you all just tune into a SEA Game and see how our boys and girls perform.
Look, they're, as I said, the coaches have been working really hard. Every athlete in our squad has been really committed. We've got Elizabeth in Brisbane at the moment, training. She'll come back next week. So the team's time trial group. So I think we should be pretty proud. Or I know I'm proud with the way everybody's preparing.
Okay, great. So anyway, more or less, it's already like 24 minutes before we end the YouTube.
Look, Boone, again, thank you for this opportunity. What I want to highlight, this is the start of a journey. How long it takes, we have to have patience.
Okay.
But the work that we're doing now is being put in place for many years to come. And that's what SCF have been working hard on.
Okay, once again, thank you.
Thank you, Boone.
And
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm at the Singapore Cycling Federation. This is their office. Shaynne is going to show us his workplace.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is the office. We have our safe cycling events. We have the finance, the administration, all of our coaches based here. It's a little bit messy at the moment because we're getting at the BMX track. We will have some storage facilities. So all of these bikes will go to the storage facilities at the BMX track.
Okay, that's roughly how the office looks like.
That's it.
Then Ronnie spent 2 years here. He told me. Okay, once again, thank you, Ronnie.